Okay, our next question actually just came in. I thought it was a pretty apropos question to jump into. Calico Cooper fan put down, what is the wedding season considered to be? I think that's kind of an interesting thought. So if somebody says wedding season to you, Dan, we'll start with you. What does that mean to you, and what would you define that as?
For myself and where I'm at in north central Pennsylvania, I would say May, like very beginning of May to very end of October. Get a little bleed over in either direction, but when I think wedding season, that's the key months that I tend to think about.
Mm-hmm. How about
it just doesn't seem to go beyond that, really.
Cubby, what are you experiencing?
For me in Iowa, it starts around mid-March and goes all the way through November, and then I've been solid this December. It's a rare year. I got one all the way through December. Weddings, not just corporate events. Those are for other DJs, but I've got weddings all the way through December 31st. January, February is during my off season where I do a lot of corporate events for late holiday parties that move their holiday parties to January. But wedding season for me starts mid-March and goes all the way through November, the end of November.
So basically, wedding season, because we're all kind of in the northern half of the United States, we don't have weddings typically when it's potential for massive snowstorms, which cuts out December, January, February for much of us, and many of us go into March with that. Some places we don't have weddings. In Minnesota specifically, we don't have weddings fishing opener, which is in May. We don't have weddings hunting season. And okay, so occasionally the holidays could be considered that, but usually holidays, are in the winter months, which is outside of the wedding season. So that's, I guess, how we would look at that.
I will say my cousin, he's down in Georgia, and it's almost a little bit of a flip. So they very rarely will he have something like July, August. Like it's just those hot months, right? So they, for the most part, they try and avoid. Like he'll get some, occasionally, just like occasionally I'll get a January or I'll get a February, right? Like rarely, but it happens. He'll get again, like so his will go like September through like April, pretty consistent, and even some into May. But really avoiding those hot summer months of the every week type of piece, because they know unless they're inside, there's no place they're gonna be cool.
Yeah, and talking to Robin in Florida has talked about those summer months shows and how they don't. I don't know, what's a little sweat,
For some of them that I've had this summer, you would have thought we were down in Florida. Yeah, there, especially a few bar months, and I will say, I'm jealous of our southern folks because of that ability to do. I would say year round, right? They typically probably don't have the July, August, but if you've got some indoor venues with air conditioning, that's an option. Mm-hmm. Our winter months, we have to worry about snow, so as John said, we're avoiding it, and a lot of our venues, there is some indoor ones, but a lot of our venues are like non-heated barns.
Very much so. It's like, no, I can't do a wedding up in the hayloft because there's hay in there for winter. It's great. It's great. All right, let's go to our next question.